So much in the same way that the Invisible Man as well as Wolfman have gotten new modern retellings, we have another classic Universal monster that is going to be brought forth onto the big screen once again. And this one is The Mummy. Although this movie is not being released by Universal, it is actually being released by Warner Brothers, which I find very intriguing. But you might be wondering to yourself, wait, this is being released by Warner Brothers. Hasn't Universal released a whole bunch of Mummy movies? And yes, you are correct. Dating back to, the classic Universal monsters, with, the Mummy that I think came out in the 30s or 40s, something around there. And then, of course, you have the beloved classics from the 90s, Mummy and Mummy Returns, which then led to, the Scorpion King films. And then, of course, everyone knows and loves the 15 Mummy film that had Tom Cruise in it, which was supposed to be the kickoff to, their classic cinematic monsters universe, their dark universe, as it were. But, that stopped after, the Mummy did, super great at the box office. But this is going to be a completely new Mummy film. And I have a bit of faith in this one because the man directing it is Lee Cronin, who was the same guy that gave us Evil Dead Rise a couple years back. So, I would say his track record is leaning towards good, but I've also heard the fact that James Wan, I think, left production on this movie. So, I'm a bit wishy-washy on this, but we do have our first teaser for this movie. So, without any further ado, enough of my jibber-jabber, let us get into the official teaser for Lee Cronin's version of The Mummy. Let's take a look. What happened to Katie? Ooh. April 17th, 2026. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So, this movie will actually come out on a very, very busy weekend for me. Because that, I believe, is Mania weekend. So, yeah, I'm going to have my hands full that weekend, getting that review out, as well as, my Mania 42 coverage that weekend. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun weekend, for sure. But I really like the editing on that trailer. Now, granted, maybe hiding something with the trailer. I don't know, but it was edited really cool and edited to look really, really scary. and I'm really digging the vibe of it. It's giving, I want to say, like noir crime mixed in with, obviously the classic feel of what a mummy film should be like. And yeah, I'm digging it so far. I'm really really digging it. I'll have to see a little bit more in terms of like, because this was only shots, creepy shots mixed in with camera flashes, some shots of the mummy, and of course it poses the question, what happened to Katie, in this teaser. So need a little bit more of the story, which, don't expect much from that, from a teaser. But I'm really digging the vibes of this one. I will await a second trailer to see where I'm putting myself. I'm like, reserve the hype or actually, get hyped. But, I'm on the fence on this one right now. I will need to see a little bit more of the story. But I'm leaning towards being excited for this just because of the director and what he's done in the past. So I'm leaning towards that way, but I want a little bit more next trailer. But there you go. That is my reaction to the official teaser for Lee Cronin's version of The Mummy. Like I said, I'm really liking the vibes of this one. Lots of really cool and intriguing questions aroused by this teaser. And I look forward to seeing more footage in the official trailer, which will come relatively soon-ish. But I do have this one circled on the calendar for April. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this one, guys. Be safe out there, and if you stumble across a sarcophagus that has a mummy inside it, I would just put it back in the ground, because you don't know if that thing is cursed, and I don't want to bring a curse onto me or my family. So, just let it lie, or for better, just put it in the ground. Just put it back in the ground. Because I don't want to curse on my hands. Don't want it. And I will catch you guys next time.